Hey, it's Keith. I'm at the beach volleyball course this morning because I want to share one of my little secrets with you. And the secret is the boundary line. The average boundary line now costs about $60 to buy. You know the kind I mean. They're blue canvas, they're a ribbon, and they wind up on those orange plastic things. Well, I did the next best thing. I made my own. The way I made my boundary line myself was pretty simple. I just walked into the dollar store and bought a roll of rope for $1. That's it, $1. Now, what you actually need is 50 meters of rope to build one boundary line, and I think it was 25 meters for $1, so I had to buy 2 and tie them together, and that was it. That was all I needed. So if you want to save yourself some money, you can do what I did. I'll tell you the little tricks I used to build this, to put this together, and you can do it too for just a couple of dollars. Because you know something? This boundary rope works fine. As I already stated, the length of rope you're going to need is about 50 meters. Now, the volleyball court size is 8 by 8 for the doubles game. 8 meters by 8 meters. So if you take 3 sides, 3 eighths are 24. That's half the court. The other half the court is another 24 meters. So you need 48 meters of length. So I said 50 meters because you're going to need a little excess. The best way to begin your boundary line is to start with the end of one rope and tie it to the end of the other rope. Not only does this cause a little knot in the middle, but this is your marker for your center line. This goes right under the net. Now on the other side, whether you have a knot there or not, I mark center line with a piece of white tape, and therefore you know where your center line is. So it goes right under the net, and it makes it easy to do it that way. So your starting point is this knot, which marks the center line under the net. You measure down 8 meters and just a little bit, all the way down to the end of the rope, 8 meters. You create a little knot and put a little loop in it. That is your corner line, your first corner line, 8 meters away from the center line. Now, one of the things I did is to put in the corners. All you have to do is tie a knot into your length of rope, and there you have a little loop. You can put your stake or peg through that. Now, I don't like doing that personally because people step on them and it makes your boundary line really tight. So I added a hair scrunchie on the end, which is like a bungee cord, and it gives it flexibility. So if someone trips over the line, it'll give a little and snap back. So that way you can have your stake or peg an actual 6 inches to a foot further away than the actual corner of your line, so nobody steps on it, and it works pretty well that way. So that's what I did. Hair scrunchie. So when it comes to making your own lines for your beach volleyball court, well, that's pretty much all there is to it. By the way, I did buy this bag at the dollar store, which I carry my boundary lines around in. I just wrap them up, put them in here, and away I go. So I hope I gave you an idea today of what I do. I use my lines in tournaments. It works fine. You know, it's a lot cheaper than buying the $60 boundary. Hey, if you can afford it, go out and get one of those blue ribbon things and coil them up and carry it around with you. They're great. There's nothing wrong with them, and some of them are adjustable from 8 meters to 9 meters, but having a rope works fine. You can carry it around with you. It's light, it's portable, it's a great thing to have, and I have 2 of them. This is Keith at the beach volleyball courts. Bye for now.
Subscribe
to the volleyball channel.